Hi, friends, and welcome back to the Human Thrive podcast. So I'm your host, Amanda, the Human Thrive Coach. And today we're diving into one of the most powerful distinctions between coaching and talking therapies. And it might just change how you see your future. So one of the key differences in neuro-linguistic program and coaching compared to other forms of therapy is not the coaching therapy in terms of counseling or coaching. In coaching, we focus 80% of our attention on the present and the future, and only 20% on the past. So that doesn't mean that the past isn't important. Of course, our past and our conditioning shapes us. And psychology shows us that unresolved trauma or negative belief patterns can influence and do influence how we behave today. But staying in that past, endlessly revisiting old stories can keep us stuck. So instead of constantly going over the past, coaching asks what limiting beliefs from our past are holding us back. But then we look at the now and what is next for us and what is possible for us. And how can we take ownership now of creating the life we want? So the truth is, your past, it doesn't have to dictate your future. So what you choose in the present moment is, in this present moment, which is all we have, that is what creates your future. And you don't have to let the past dictate your whole life now. You can make the decision to take ownership and start creating that life that you want. So in psychology, we often talk about the conscious and unconscious mind. So the conscious mind is like the CEO of a company. It sets the vision, it sets your goals. But the unconscious mind, it's like the engine room, the part of us that's responsible for actually carrying out the daily behaviours, habits, and the response that get us there. So that's why simply just thinking about what you want isn't enough. You need to take action. You need to align both your conscious and subconscious minds. And you need to get on the same frequency. You need to tune into the same frequency. So neuro-linguistic programming gives us techniques to bridge that gap. And that can help us to turn our goals into a lived reality. Yeah, I love NLP. And so studying that at the moment, I studied it years ago and studying more of it at the minute. So I'm looking forward to using it more in my coaching. So one technique from NLP that I love loads of these techniques, but this is one that I really have been doing a lot recently. And it's about creating your future. So your future history, but now. So this is the key. And I think I've talked about this before. It's like a bit like it's time traveling, but more like in a quantum manifestation level. So I know, am I starting to lose people now because they're going about, what is she on about? But let me start. So start by identifying a goal. So not just any goal. You have to be really specific. I can't say that word, so don't laugh at that. But it needs to be like a direct, so the research backs this up not a vague goal. Like, so instead of saying, I want more money, you want to say, I want to make exactly 100,000 by June the 3rd by selling 30 coaching programs. So make it like I'm trying to think of another word, but specific. You know what I'm saying? Then close your eyes. You've got your goal and it's not vague. You want to close your eyes and connect with your timeline. So think of your timeline. Think of your past and your future and your present moment. But it's like it's already happened and you already have that future image. Close your eyes and connect with this timeline. Imagine your life as a line stretching back into the past and forward into the future. And place yourself firmly in the present. Then allow yourself to float along that timeline. So if you float forward into the future, into the moment where you've already achieved that goal. And this is a bit of visualization. Close your eyes, think of your timeline, think of yourself in the present, float along the timeline to the moment you have the goal that you want, and visualize you're there. How are you feeling in that moment? That you're in that moment that you have reached your goal, whether it to be a certain career, a sporting achievement, whatever, to get your dream house, whatever it is you want. Vision yourself, and you've already got and achieved that goal. So allow yourself just to feel like, what do you see? What do you hear? How do you feel in that moment? And this is so powerful. And I tried this morning, and oh my goodness, I feel like I stood up straighter, and I just suddenly felt really good. And this is so powerful because, I mean, they say that your brain doesn't distinguish between vividly imagined experiences and real ones. And how exciting is that? So you can basically sit and imagine anything and feel that real feeling that's happening. And so this is almost like a mental rehearsal, and it activates the same brain pathways as taking real action. And there's loads and loads of research in this, and I've read loads of this, and it's something that apparently like athletes would use. You know, they're already visioning themselves winning, and then there's studies. Oh, I wish I could remember now. I'll maybe have to look this up again. But there was one about people who use this compared to people who didn't, and how much they won more. Do you know that you're using this brain training as well as the physical training for something? And that's like neuropsychology shows that this mental rehearsal activates the same brain pathways as taking real action. So when you sit and do this timeline in your head, and you're imagining this and feeling what you would feel, what would you hear if you've achieved this goal? And like, oh, I tried it this morning and it felt so good. Now, from that future moment of success that you're feeling right now, turn around and look back towards today. So you're looking back towards the present, and then think about the steps and the decisions that brought you to your goal. Now, this is where it gets exciting, because instead of seeing the journey as overwhelming, you see it as guaranteed. It's inevitable. You've already lived it in your mind. That's whenever you're getting into the same frequency, and you will start to feel opportunities and see opportunities to start to move towards this, because you're in the same frequency. And this is you. It's like it's already happened. And yeah, oh my goodness, it's very exciting. Oh, please try this. Someone try it. Let me know how you get on. Yeah, it's a lovely feeling, because you've already got the success. It's not just sitting drawn on the vision board and wishing for it, that you're already feeling the feelings, and to say that you're tuned into that, and you're more likely to that will achieve it, because the universal laws of like attraction and vibrations, and you've already lived this in your mind. So why does this work? So physiologically, psychologically, this technique works on two levels. It gives you clear, emotionally charged vision of success, which boosts your motivation. When you feel it's already going to happen, you're going to take the action. If you know something's guaranteed, you're not going to let fear hold you back. If you know something's going to guaranteed outcome, you're going to more likely to take the action needed. So it boosts your motivation. It reframes the steps ahead of you as desirable instead of daunting. Instead of saying, oh, I've so much work to do, your brain's saying, of course I'll do this. It's what my future successful self has already done. And it isn't just positive thinking, it's neuroscience. Your reticular activating system in the brain begins to filter opportunities, resources, and ideas that align with the goals you've already vividly imagined and your brain has already experienced. And I've used this with so many things in my life, and it still amazes me. And sometimes I near get in a rut, forget to do it so much. Doing it today really, really felt good. So my invitation to you today is take a moment, close your eyes, and step into the future that you want. Really feel it, really live it. And then imagine your timeline, and then float back to the present. look back and notice what steps, what action you took to get you there. And then you just reverse engineering that you've already achieved your goal. How did you get to that? And remember that you're the architect of your own life. It doesn't happen by accident. It doesn't happen by chance. It happens because you make your decisions in this moment to either design it, to design it and create it. So you have the power. You have the power to take the action today that your future self will thank you for. And every step and behavior and action you're taking today is building your future self. So have a go at that. That is timeline, future self pacing. Very, very interesting. And have some fun with it. Have some fun with it. So thank you for joining me today. And share it with a friend who's ready to step into the future. And as always, keep thriving because the best is yet to come. And thank you for listening. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. And please leave me comments or follow, whatever it is you do in a podcast. I can't think now because I'm so excited to go and try this timeline therapy again. Not therapy. Timeline. Yeah, anyway. Thank you for listening. Love you all. Bye.